We call the meeting to order for November 6, 2018, Legislative Session 2018-25 for the Wicomico County Council. Those that like standing, join us for the Lord's Prayer and Pledge of Allegiance. Please do. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Entertain a motion from council to approve legislative minutes October 30th, 2018.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Minutes are approved. Entertain a motion to approve the work session minutes from October 2nd, 2018, Sharps Point Material Placement Funding.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Minutes approved. Entertain a motion to approve the work session minutes from October 2nd in reference to the 60-foot road conveyance.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Minutes are approved. Good evening, Mrs. Hurley.
Good evening, Mr. President, council members, ladies and gentlemen. The first item on the agenda this evening is a public hearing on the surplus and conveyance of 1,690 linear feet of property / roadway, being a portion of 60-foot road from a point of 0.13 of a mile south of Maryland 346 Old Ocean City Road to the intersection of U.S. Route 50 to the state of Maryland, to the use of the State Highway Administration of the Maryland Department of Transportation. A public hearing notice was published in the Daily Times and posted on the county's website, stating that a public hearing would be held this evening at 6 p.m. I would also like to point out that this request is a two-step process. The first step is to have a public hearing, and then at its next legislative session, council is to consider the requests.
Thank you, Ms. Hurley. At this time, we open the floor for public hearing in reference to the surplus and conveyance of the 1,690 linear feet of property at 60-foot road. If you have any comments that you'd like to make, come to the podium, please. State your name, your county of residence, and your concerns. This concludes public hearing, and Ms. Hurley will turn the floor back over to you.
Okay, next on the agenda is resolution number 131, 2018, authorizing the county executive to accept grant funds in the amount of $50,245 from the Governor's Office of Crime Control and Prevention. And we do have Mr. Wayne Strasburg here if there are any questions.
Entertain a motion to approve resolution 131, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Questions for Mr. Strasburg?
I do.
We do.
Come up. So you can tell me you don't know, I guess. So, any idea what this money's going to be used for? Is it going to the
Weston, are you aware of what this was about? Weston's been going to most of the meetings of the LMB, so he may know.
Do you know Weston?
No. And the LMB director's not here. So I don't think there's any match. This is a straight grant from the LMB.
This is
What it's to be programmed for, I'm not sure. I mean from
Department of Corrections.
this is for corrections, you're right. Had LMB on my mind. And Ruth isn't here.
It says in here it's for the expansion of electronic monitoring to include the stay away feature.
It's for the electronic bracelets.
Okay.
It's for the electronic bracelets early.
Okay.
But I'm not quite sure exactly what it does, Joe.
Okay. All right.
But I know there are no hooks in it. Let's put it that way. This is a straight grant.
straight grant? Okay. Nothing we have to match or?
No, sir. There are no grants, no hooks in it.
All right. Sounds good.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. That's fine.
I thought Ruth would be here.
Any other questions?
Nope.
All right. Seeing none, all those in favor of Resolution 131, 2018, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried, resolution passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne.
Mr. President, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mrs. Hurley. Mr. Taylor, good evening.
Good evening. One matter tonight, Legislative Bill 2018-11, introduced on October 16, 2018 by the Council President. It is on for public hearing. It is an act to add a new Chapter 19 titled Contracts and Purchasing to the Wicomico County Code to provide conditions, including council approval, on certain leases and other contracts that by their terms impose or might impose an obligation upon the county for payment of funds in a future fiscal year.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. At this time, we open the floor for public hearing on legislative bill number 2018-11. If you have any comments that you'd like to make, please come to the podium, state your name, your county of residence, and your concerns. This concludes the public hearing on legislative bill number 2018-11. Entertain a motion from council to approve legislative bill number yes.
I'd like to comment.
Any discussion? Okay.
I have a little bit of.
Entertain a motion from council to approve legislative bill 2018-11.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion.
I'd like to see at some point in time after we get done with this, if we could, we might have to go to the state to do this, but for this to be also included with the Board of Ed, because they make contractual arrangements. Sometimes it's going to cost us in the long run, in the future. So if you think back about the lease they did on the office space, that's one of them.
It's a good point.
I don't
Maybe
know.
we can make a note to include that as one of the bullet points for the next meeting with the Board of Education. That work for you?
That works, yeah.
Any other comments from council in representation to the legislative bill 2018-11? Councilman Kilmer?
Do we, this references the purchasing director. Should that be changed to purchasing agent? I believe that's the proper terminology. Is that-
I would think that would.
Yeah, we muffed that one. It should be purchasing agent.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, I would make a motion to strike director and substitute agent.
Is there a second? Motion, second discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Amendment passes. Any other discussion on legislative bill 2018-11 as amended? All right, seeing none. All those in favor say aye, starting with Councilman Matt Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Davis.
Aye.
Councilman Joe Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Mark Kilmer.
Aye.
Vice President Larry Dodd.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Legislative bill 2018-11 passes. At this time, we open the floor for public comments. If you have any comments that you'd like to make, please come to the podium, state your name, your county of residence, and your concerns. Seeing none, that concludes the public hearing, public comments, I'm sorry. Council comments. Any council comments? No. Presidential comments? You still have an hour and 50 minutes to get out and vote. That's why we've made it such a short meeting. So, and a lot of great turnout at the polls. Glad to see that.
And we did have a prior meeting to take care of other business than tonight.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yes. All right, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.